Did you put it in wide angle?
No. Is it in wide angle?
It's definitely in wide angle right now.
Hello?
Hello, welcome to Effectively Flawless. Tune in next week to see what CP bought Jack for his Christmas present.
Did you forget it again?
No. Yes, but no. I did forget it, and then you sent me a text saying, don't forget my Christmas present, but I was just... I'd already...
Sounds so pathetic.
And I was already walking out of my house at that point.
You said, text me if you could think of anything else. And I was like, it would be kind of funny if you brought the Christmas present. And I was secretly hoping that you saw that message and were like, fuck you, I'm not bringing the Christmas present.
That's exactly what I thought. Because the point of no return was not crossed by the point that you had sent me that text.
Yeah.
I could have gone back inside and got it.
Well, it was just confusing.
I haven't even locked up yet at that point.
It was a little confusing for my brain because you did say, let me know if you need anything, and you were supposed to have left 10 minutes before that.
We've already discussed many, many times that my organization skills are subpar. I'm working on it. I'm in the thinking stage of working on it. So I haven't started working on it, but I'm thinking that's something I should work on.
I mean, it's good that you acknowledge that you think that you might think something.
Yeah, I'm very self-aware.
Yeah. Great. All right, let's go in strong. You ready for some toilet time?
Oh, here we go. All right. You've wanted to bring this up so many times. You've wanted to make this a segment on the show, and every time I'm like, it's a bit distasteful, isn't it, Jack? But with your persistence, there's only so long that I can argue this for. So let's go. Did you have a sound effect for toilet time?
No, I should have made one.
We should have.
That'll do. So yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
I get out of the toilet, I gotta wash my hands. Wash my hands like a good boy, go to the hand dryer, and basically like what you need to know is directly around the corner from the hand dryer is the exit. So you kind of have to do like a ballpoint turn if you're on like the
So
hand
you're at
dryer.
work when this is happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I love to take corners very, very fast, which is a bad idea in these toilets because there's like 3 bends to get out of the toilet. And there's a lot of people. Anyway, there's this guy also washing his hands next to me, and I'm like, I don't want to like leave at the same time as him. That'd be awkward. So I rush out, and as I'm drying my hands, I go to take off. Did not see the wet floor sign when I was entering the...
Yeah, okay.
I was entering the bathroom. There was a wet floor sign at the entrance, but not at the exit, which is important to note that the entrance cannot be seen from the exit. I know that doesn't really make sense, but if you saw it, that would make sense. Anyway, end up like literally face planting on the floor of the bathroom.
Oh, you fell down.
Oh yeah. Landed on my bad knee, like the one that has pretty bad arthritis.
Yeah. Can I just say how debilitating or degrading it is to fall over as an adult? Because I feel like there's certain points in your life where that's completely acceptable. Yeah. Childhood, you can fall over all the time. Everyone laughs. Jack fell over. Like when you're older, it's very serious if you fall over. It's sad. But if you're an adult and you fall over, that's like the top tier embarrassing thing. Everyone looks, everyone makes the noise, or even worse, if you fall over and no one was there. I'd done this a few weeks ago. I was walking into work and it was like, I was still pretty groggy. I get there before everyone else in the morning to open up. And I have a knee that sometimes just gives way because I played netball for so many years. There's just like no cartilage left in that knee. So sometimes it just decides, I don't want to do this no more. And I was holding like my coffee, my water bottle, and my phone, like, in there. So I was holding all my stuff.
Which I feel like is an impressive feat considering how small your fucking hands are.
Oh yeah, these fingers get a good real estate for something that's like so small. Holding all my stuff, had my massive bag that I spoke about before that has everything in it that I take everywhere, and had just sent it.
Oh, good.
Like fully sent it. Held my coffee and my water up because that was more important to me because I knew they were what was going to get me through the day. Sent it on the floor, sat there for 5 seconds thinking, this is even worse because no one's seen it. Or because center management have seen it on the cameras. And they're going to know that I fell over, but they're never going to bring it up because they don't want to get sued.
Yeah. It's worse that the floor wasn't wet.
It wasn't. It was not wet. Completely dry day. It was just my knee that decided we weren't doing this no more.
That's great. Yeah, I remember I was shooting a music video like 3 years ago now. And it was like in an ice skating rink, and I was the director of photography, so I had the camera and everything. And we were walking to the next shot, and like the shot was like of this woman laying down on ice. So I'm like standing directly above her.
Artistic.
I don't know how to stand on ice. Like I've never been an ice skater. Like I've been to the snow fucking once in my entire life.
You're not a person that does physical hobbies.
No, and I'm also just incredibly clumsy.
Uncoordinated.
Yeah. And so we get to the shot, and like I'm standing directly over this fucking woman who's like paying, like this is the artist, so she's paying me.
Yeah.
And my feet just go, and I'm holding like a fucking $2,000 camera.
You face plant on this chick, don't you?
No, I like fucking know what's happening immediately, and I'm like, I'm holding a $2,000 camera. If this falls, like we're gonna have to stop the shoot. Like there's no backup cameras.
Yeah.
And I just fucking tuck this camera in, like land, like fucking bash my shoulder into the eyes. I was like limping for the rest of the day while still having to walk on ice. Yeah, so that's my experience of knowing something's more important than yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Mine's always coffee. I'm a massive coffee drinker. There's another time that I fell down at the previous shopping center I worked at. There's these, because you've worked at this center too. Yeah. There's 3 flights of stairs that get you down from the top car park to where I was working.
Yeah.
And I was just, for some reason, jogging down those one day because, I had a bit of pep in my step. I was halfway through my coffee.
Wait, like the indoor one?
Yeah, the indoor ones. I'd fallen down the stairs, dropped everything I was holding except my coffee. Like even my phone had gone bang, 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 bang. And you could hear it too. It made so much noise because all my belongings went down. And I was riding these steps like just like it was a slide, just holding my coffee, not even trying to stop myself because I knew that at this point when I'd fallen, I wasn't going to stop. So my whole like ass, back, shoulders, everything were bruised because I'm just going like down these steps.
It's like you're on a bobsled with your cup of coffee.
Did not lose not even a mil of my coffee.
That is incredible. What have you got today?
There's something that there was 2 things I wanted to bring up.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. After I fell, the guy in the bathroom.
The one you didn't want to talk to initially.
Yeah, he goes, ha. And then he said something really, really awkward, and I was like, "Why did you feel the need to speak?" But I can't remember what it was. It was something like you fell, but like in a really awkward way, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm on the ground."
You fell. Thanks for that one.
It wasn't like, "Are you okay?" It was, "You fell."
Yeah, nothing gets past you.
Thanks, mate. Observant.
We had a call last night. I was almost going to say, the other day, you FaceTime called me, which is how so many of our conversations start. We often speak on FaceTime. I would say either like 5 times a day or once every 2 weeks, but
yeah,
always on FaceTime.
Oh, can I just say I haven't heard from you this week?
That's what I mean, but it's either all the time or it's never at all.
Yeah, so I tried to call you. You didn't answer. So I just sent a text. Nothing else, just the word tomorrow.
Yeah, with a question mark on the end. And I knew I'd actually had it planned that for once I had it in my mental schedule because I don't have the organisation or coordination to have a physical one that we were meant to be recording this morning.
Oh, yeah.
It was you that fucked it up this time.
Oh, yeah, no. And I literally confirmed that we were recording this morning and then fucked it up.
Yeah. But when we called outside of all that arrangement. Last night we had a call basically saying, well, when are we going to film? What are we going to do? Blah, blah, blah. It gets to the end of this conversation and Haley goes, who was sitting behind me the whole time, are you and Jack arguing at the moment? And I was like, no, why? She goes, That was a very hasty FaceTime call. And I thought about it. That was the bluntest call I've ever had with anyone in my life. And yeah, I just knew, oh no, we're fine.
I didn't put a second thought into it.
Yeah. But I started like playing it back in my head, and you had booked your vaccination, which is why you weren't supposed to film.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't film. And you said, oh, well, I can come back from it and film. It's just going to be like, it's just really going to be a rush. And I was like, well, I don't want to rush you. And then you're like, well, I can just rebook it. And I was like, well, I don't want to be a pain in your ass either. I don't want to have to make you rebook it and then you can't rebook it.
Are there appointments even available?
Are appointments even available? Have you even looked at this? You're like, I'll just cancel my appointment. I'll figure it out. I'm overdue anyway. Doesn't matter. And I was like, fine. Well, what time are we going to film then? And you were like, just get to my house at 9:00.
Or leave your house at 9:00.
And I said, 9:00's actually really difficult for me. Because there's a lot of traffic if I try to get to your house at 9:00.
Just leave at 9:00 then. Whatever.
Are you going to bring me food?
Forgot about that.
And then you're like...
I have porridge anyway. Don't worry about it.
But I don't have coffee, so just bring coffee. Or never mind, I might have coffee. Or no, I don't have coffee. Do you have coffee beans? Whatever. Okay, see you tomorrow. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't... Usually I end a call with love you bye, but...
Yeah, we normally end all of our calls with love you bye, but nah.
I wasn't even angry either.
No, I wasn't either. I was just like, I have nothing else to talk about. I just want to sort this out. I'm not mad about it.
I was just trying to go to bed. I was like, I'm fucking tired.
I just had facts. Yeah, and I'd just gone to... I'd been at the gym for like 3 hours prior to that.
Oh, let's preface. You answer the call. I don't say a single word for like 30 seconds and say, you look tired.
I was like, yeah, thanks for that. And all like... my hair had gone like full ringlets because I normally like straighten my hair, but all my hair was in ringlets. It's out to here. There's bags under my eyes. There's like bruises all along my neck because I do jiu-jitsu. So there's all like chokes and stuff like that. I look like I've been through a war. And Jack just goes, you look tired. Thanks for that observation.
Very observant I am. So... last week we did something.
Last week? Sorry, yep. What did we do?
We had a chair building competition.
This was what I was going to bring up.
Oh, you were?
This was one of my things, because something we didn't speak about last week.
Yeah, no, we just forgot about it. I think we were just so, like, we'd taken up so much mental energy building these chairs.
That I didn't want to think about the chairs anymore.
Yeah. So we decided it'd be the first inaugural CP vs. Jack.
Which is something we've spoken about doing for ages. For as long as we've had the idea of a show or a podcast, CP vs. Jack was like one of probably the first
and we just have
segments that we hadn't
issues.
Decided to throw out. We do have commitment issues, but it was but it was one of the first segments that we decided this actually could be okay.
Yeah. And I'm happy to announce that I am the winner of the first ever.
By default.
Hey, also, you were supposed to make a scoreboard before the first challenge.
Absolutely, and I had designed the scoreboard. I can recreate that design for you now if you. It's it goes like this.
Oh, brilliant!
And then like CP and Jack.
Well, I was thinking, this idea has just sort of come to me.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we just like, because we discussed using like Polaroid film photos of each challenge.
Yes.
As the victories. We just put like a bit of tape on the wall, and then you're on that side, I'm on this side, and we
Genius.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what my design was basically, but you've just given me a place to put it.
Yeah. Hey, you're welcome.
So why Jack won? By default, may I say. We got these chairs, which we'd spoken about the whole story last week, where Jack got hit on by some I don't know what.
Cultist
In the middle of the centre. We'd come home, built these chairs. I was sure that I was going to win because I'm just better at things than Jack is, including anything, building things, just doing things, understanding things, knowing things. I'm just better than everything in Jack.
Oh, yeah, no, I have terrible comprehension, terrible ability.
100%.
Coordination, yeah.
I started putting the first side together of this chair, and that's as far as I got the whole time whilst Jack was building this chair.
Oh, I was like 75% through my chair before I realized that you hadn't put a side together.
My chair is faulty. It's not actually entirely constructed here at the moment.
No, on my bench is sitting a screw, and then between us, about 15 washers.
Oh, there's 100% more than one screw missing in this chair.
Yeah.
Then there's also on this side down here, which is definitely a safety hazard, there's a screw just sticking out. It's half the way in and then just half the way not in.
Oh, yeah, it's effectively doing nothing.
It's doing absolutely nothing other than the fact of me knowing that there's one more screw in the chair.
Yeah. And so I've discussed it with my... Oh, my God. Burps are coming through. I've discussed it with my brother and dad, and they are not keen to sit on these chairs.
They don't even want to look at them.
No. No one really enters my office because, I mean, you guys can't see it.
You can't see it, but it's disgusting in here.
It really is.
It's really bad.
It needs a clean. And I keep saying I'm going to do it on my day off, and then on my day off I sleep in, and then when I sleep in I get a headache, and then when I get a headache, I don't do anything.
Throw the whole day in the toilet.
Yeah. So, yeah, the office will get cleaned eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when I move to the new office.
We'll do a massive clean out when we have to move all your stuff. I say we. I assume I'm going to get roped into this.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do a massive clean out when we have to.
Okay. I have two things that I want to talk about. But they really relied on you bringing the recording phone and having your phone with you.
Right.
So it's not really possible to do today. So
again, my organizational skills have just shot us down.
we will shelf that for next week. But I wanted to say, I was thinking, I was actually going to talk to you about this before we went on air, and then I was like, oh, it could be fun to talk on air. With my dad in like the other room watching TV, I thought, now's a good time to get a guest mic.
Now is a great time to get a guest mic.
What are your thoughts on ordering literally the cheapest mic we can find on Amazon?
How cheap is the cheapest mic you can find on Amazon?
About $20.
100% done. Yeah. I'll pay for it and postage.
Okay, great.
Unless we can use Ebony's account and then we don't have to pay for postage. Is that correct?
We can.
Thank you, Ebony.
What about your week? Anything interesting?
I was going to say, is this the part you tell me where you've already ordered the mic and it's...
No, I wish I had. I was
in
thinking
debt
about
to
it.
you.
I was thinking about doing it and then I was like, no, I should probably discuss it with her first because every time I do that, she doesn't pay me.
So now you've got it on recording, so now I feel like somewhat obliged to pay you.
Yeah.
Hey, I bought the chairs. I'm like somewhat evening out.
Oh, yeah. I'd say it's about like 30-70.
Can I just say too, like Amazon, anything I've ever Amazoned has always been like through you or vicariously. Like I've only ever Amazoned with you in the picture. I think I'm ready to lose like my Amazon virginity because I've been taking a stand against, you know, Jeff Bezos the whole time. Like, I'm not going to order anything on Amazon. I'm not going to give it to the man. But then I still like shop at big supermarkets and stuff like that. So it just makes no sense. But in my head, it makes sense. I've memorized all the Joe Burnham lyrics to that song.
Bo Burnham?
Bo Burnham, that's the one.
Joe Burnham.
I was so nervous bringing that up too because I'm like, I don't know his name. I memorized all that. I literally praised Jeffrey Bezos all the time as if he's like my king and overlord, just as a joke because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
But I've never ordered anything off Amazon myself. There's so much cool shit on there, man.
Dude, it's like $20 a year for Amazon Prime.
I pay for the I pay for Prime Video.
I'm pretty sure that's included in the Prime package.
I think so. So I'm so close to there. My curiosity's there. Everything's there. I just haven't made that like final step.
I mean, during lockdown, me and Ebony were having packages come every single day.
Yeah, I remember she was saying she was familiar with the Amazon man now.
Yeah, she knew the driver. I guess she doesn't anymore because she lives in West Footscray now. But oh no, did I just dox my sister?
That's all right. You'll blur it out.
No, I won't.
I will on TikTok. Gotcha, Ebony.
Yeah. So I think it's a good time for you to lose your Amazon virginity.
I think so too. What should I order first on Amazon other than this $20 mic? I feel like once you're, once in all in, like just send it.
I feel like it's got to be something utterly useless.
See, the thing that's got me curious about Amazon is kitchen organization, which sounds funny because I'm not a person that's organized, but I like the idea of being organized. So I feel like I'm just going to buy containers and organizers and just never use them. But that's what's got me interested. That's what's nearly pushed me over the line.
I called my mum at 11:30 p.m. the other night.
She was awake?
No, she wasn't.
Were you in an emergency?
No, I wasn't.
Right, and said?
So I was at a friend Bella's house, and one of my friends made a joke and said, "Oh, I better ask my mum if I can stay over." And I said, "Shit, I haven't asked my mum." So at 11:30 p.m.
Your poor mum.
I call her, and she doesn't answer. And the next day at like 1 p.m., I'm like, she really thought she calls me back and goes, "Are you okay? You called me at 11:30 last night." And I was like, "Oh, I just wanted to see if it was all right if I stayed at Bella's." And she's like, "I thought there was an emergency." And I'm like, "Mum, it's 1 p.m. If you thought there was an emergency, would you not have called me earlier?"
She woke up in the morning, saw you called her, was like, "Shit, I should get back to that." Made her like to-do list for the day, prioritized you at line like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Called Jack back to inquire about emergency.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I'm glad I'm not dead because I don't think she would have known until like 2-3 o'clock.
Realistically though, who would you probably call in an emergency? Who's your, because I learnt this a while ago who my go-to person was in like an absolute pinch, but who would your emergency, you've only got one call for them to pick up, who do you call?
That's tough. Mum like doesn't answer her phone. Background noise brought to you by Pete Hunter.
And the Today Show.
What is he doing?
If you keep talking, we can.
Okay, let's think. My emergency contact. It has to be someone I know. I can't just call 000.
No, you can't call 000. It's your like, it's an emergency, not emergency. So it's something that like emergency services can't really help you, but someone else could.
So it's like gun to your head. Whoever you call, they have to answer, otherwise I kill you.
Yep.
Okay, let's have a think. You know what? I think it'd be my boss.
Really?
He answers the phone. Man answers the phone.
Man answers the phone.
Yeah.
So I learnt recently that mine is Haley. And I was put in this situation because I was a few maybe months ago now, I was driving back from somewhere. I was going through rural Victoria, so I had no phone reception.
Oh yeah, you told me this story, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And I get to the petrol station, go to fill up, and I've got my card linked to my Apple Pay because my card issuer was like sending me out another card. And on this account, I only normally keep X amount of money because I don't want, if someone like stole my phone, I don't want them to be out, even though you need my face and everything like that. It turns out I didn't have the amount I thought I did on there, but I had no reception to reach the to pull my money across. I get to use the phone of the petrol station and Haley answers and all I say is, "I don't have time to explain, just send me $80, bye." I didn't even say who I was. And sure enough, I wait like 2 minutes there, my phone on 3%, and that's what I'm using for my Apple Pay.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's go. Accepted. And what's worse is I had to drive another hour before I had reception that I could call her on my phone with, and I had to charge my phone up as well. So Haley's sitting at home wondering why I've called her off this strange number in the middle of nowhere saying, I don't have time to explain, just send me $80.
Props to her for answering a random number.
Props to her for answering the random number, recognizing it was me, because she said the second she answered it, she knew it was me. And then sending me the $80. Like, she just sent it, no questions asked.
Yeah, that's good. I think...
Would your boss send you $80?
I don't know. I feel like if I was like, this is an emergency, Nigel, please send me $80. He'd be like, why?
And also how?
No, I don't think he would. I worked at a servo for
okay. Has anyone ever been in my situation?
Yeah.
What do you do? Because I thought I was going to get murdered.
There's a form you can fill out called a non-payment form.
Really?
Yeah, and basically you just have to say that you're going to return and pay it. And you don't ever have to return and pay it. And no one will ever follow up with the police.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've just leaked 7-Eleven secrets. So, don't do that, though. Because I don't want to be liable.
See, that's interesting. Because mine wasn't a 7-Eleven. It was a Express Servo. Which I'm sure, being like a massive company, they would have had the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But this man was not giving me anything. I was quick on just like, can I use your phone? I'm like, I know what's happened. I don't have any internet. Do you A, have internet, or B, can I use your phone? They didn't give me any other options of like, oh, don't worry, there's something that we can do, this, that, and the other. Nothing I would have known of. I was like, if this phone call doesn't go through, I am staying here and working for the next however many days.
Yeah, you're like mopping floors.
I'm mopping floors until I can make enough money to actually just pay off this one tank of fuel.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. In that situation, would you steal the fuel, or would you be stranded in a rural town for like 3 days?
I think I would be stranded, because the thing is, when you go to your bigger, like your fuel stations here, there's enough people around that, not that I would ever consider stealing anything, but there's enough people around that if you just drove off, A, they've got your license plate numbers and they're going to like catch you anyway. But B, no one would probably know. Whereas there, it was just me and this person at the fuel station. There was no one else. I'm like, homie, you got to help me out, man. Like, come on. I'm a good person. I don't normally do this.
I'd like to bring up one last thing before we wrap up. I know we're making like a 30-minute podcast, 33 minutes. But realistically, our podcast is either 15 minutes or like 24 minutes. Because we've said it before to each other, never on air, so I'll say it again for you guys. Our preferred listening speed of this podcast is 1.5 times or 2 times speed. Please do not listen to this in 1 time speed.
It'd be so boring.
Yeah.
Actually, I was speaking to someone the other day, and they go, "Oh, I've watched the first 2 episodes of your podcast. Like, I've watched the first 2," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that." But you don't really have to watch it. You can just watch the TikToks. You get the idea. Like that's where all the good stuff's at. But if you're bored, you can listen to the podcast. But I wouldn't actually ask anyone to go through that. So as long as, if you are a friend or a family member of ours and you feel obliged to watch it, feel free to just put it on the background and listen in. But as long as you watch the TikToks or the Instagram reels, we good, fam. I know Jack puts in a lot of effort to edit the podcast episodes.
I've started putting in less effort. So
I can tell, but the TikToks take me a little while to edit, so feel free to watch those.
All right, we have to go because I have to leave for work in 10 minutes. So
it's been fun.
More content next week. Hopefully more organized so that we have a little bit more time to record. But yeah, maybe we'll actually start preparing content. Who knows?
No, that's never going to happen. But tune in next week to see what CP bought Jack for Christmas.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye.